So Charles Leclerc was earning all the plaudits after the Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying, and rightfully so. He produced an incredible lap to get pole position, and in the majority of the race, for the first 2/3 or so of the race, his pace was absolutely fantastic. He kept Oscar Piastri behind him. Piastri never even got a look in to try and get past him, but everything changed during the final stint. Something changed on that Ferrari, the leading theory being to do with the suspension being run too low. Not dissimilar to what happened in China, where both cars got disqualified. You can't wear down the plank underneath the car too much. But, you know, there's ways to go about defending. And Charles Leclerc seemed to summon his inner Michael Schumacher. Of course, Schumacher 15 years ago at the Hungarian Grand Prix put in some very dangerous moves on his former Ferrari teammate Rubens Barrichello, almost driving him into the pit wall. I don't think Schumacher actually got a penalty for that. I might be wrong, but it's 15 years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, guys. But Charles Leclerc very much did get a penalty for his antics when it came to defending more than strongly against George Russell during the latter parts of the Grand Prix. He got a 5-second penalty, which is the minimum he deserved for that kind of move, if you ask me. He was very much losing his cool, not too dissimilar to Max Verstappen 12 months ago as well. Although this time it didn't end up in contact, but it easily could have done. But let's have a look, guys, because Charles Leclerc, despite earning all the praise on Saturday, on Sunday, some people had some strong opinions about him. Let's have a look at what's been said here on the F1Chronicle.com as always. Charles Leclerc's 4th place finish from pole position in Hungary is under heavy scrutiny after a controversial late race incident with George Russell drew criticism from rival drivers, stewards and Austrian TV pundits. Those Austrian TV pundits always criticising. The Ferrari driver was penalised 5 seconds for what the FIA deemed erratic driving. That's putting it very mildly. After moving under braking while defending 3rd place from Russell on lap 61. The Mercedes driver was forced to lift and completed the pass cleanly the following lap. Leclerc was defiant after the race but didn't deny the move. He always complains when there's something close, so I'm not surprised. Charles, come on man, you were moving under braking. It's poor driving. Whoever does it doesn't matter. That's poor driving. Russell does love to complain. He does come off as a bit of a teacher's pet, but I think he had a right to there, really. Russell, who took 3rd, told reporters he moved under braking. I had to react. It's not allowed, and I think the stewards got it right. I agree. Former F1 driver and circuit designer Alexander Wirth, speaking to Austria's ORF, was scathing in his criticism. That's extremely dangerous. It can lead to extremely serious accidents, and that's also prohibited by the regulations. Correct. You can see how Leclerc pulls over. Unnecessary, added longtime ORF commentator Ernst Hausleitner. Wirtz urged officials to use the footage as an example. The race director should really show all the drivers this scene and say, we don't do it that way in the future. The incident capped a dramatic day for Leclerc, who started from pole but slipped back through the race. Ferrari's strategy was again questioned after Leclerc exploded on the radio, with theories swirling that his car was deliberately adjusted at the pit stop to avoid post-race scrutineering penalties. That's an interesting theory. That's not one I'd heard until reading this article. It's possible. It's possible. They could have adjusted it slightly with that, but the only thing they could do would be change the tyre pressures. They can't change the ride height in a pit stop, and they can't do it under parc fermé, but they can adjust the pressures of the tyres. And if the car is running too low, and there is too much wear on the plank, in order to raise the ride height a little bit overall, particularly at high speed and under load, you could raise the pressures of the tyres, and that would cause the tyres to overheat compared to what they were before, and it could cause a dramatic drop off in pace. It would prevent Leclerc from pushing as hard as what he did in the first 2 stints, and that would explain why he lost so much time. It's an interesting theory. And I can see it because Ferrari, you know, they've got that new suspension, they've got that new floor, but is it perfect? Is it good over a race distance? It's clearly very good over 1 lap, perhaps a little bit too good. Maybe they ran the car too low again to get some more performance. I don't know, guys. You know, Ferrari keeping their cards very close to their chest. Understandably so in the circumstances, but your thoughts in the comments below. Leclerc's move, was it too much? Was it over the line? For me, yeah, absolutely. 5 seconds is the minimum he deserves for that. I think 5 seconds is a fair penalty. I wouldn't have bat an eyelid if it was a 10-second penalty, but the fact that Russell got past, I think it was always going to be a 5-second penalty. But yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe as always if you want to see more of this, and have a great day wherever in the world today. See you very soon.